Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Late Night on Base. I'm your host, Bill the Bull, back at it with another podcast with another amazing team building on base. Excited for this one. We have the Crappy Bird team on, and I'm excited because at the end of the day, we want to onboard 1 billion, 2 billion users on chain. What better way to do that? And I think it's important that, we do it through games. Memes and games combined is the perfect combination, in my opinion. I think the gaming sector is completely ripe for someone to take it to build that go-to game that 1 billion people will want to use. And, I don't know, maybe it's Crappy Bird. And I'm excited to learn more about them. I want you guys to learn more about it. So without further ado, Dick Dastardly, my friend, how are you doing today?
Yo. Thank you, brother, for inviting us. A real pleasure to be here. I've been waiting for this for some time to be in the bread and butter and heart of the base community. Thank you for having us.
Oh, pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. And so, Crappy Bird, I remember back in, 10 years ago, there was the mobile game. That's basically what you guys have created, where it was just like the Floppy Bird type thing. And it was so fun, so addicting. And I'm not even much of a gamer. So yeah, I think what you guys are doing and building, first of all, it's not easy to build. So the barrier to enter to create a game is tough. And so you guys have a lot of experience. So I'm excited to see the potential of what you can do. So let me ask you, Dick, for those that are watching this on Spotify for the first time, never come across your content before, maybe they're watching this on YouTube, they are very intrigued by what you're doing, but they want to know more. So let me ask you, Dick, if you don't mind, why don't you explain what is Crappy Bird?
Sure. So by the name itself, Dick Dastardly, it's right. The famous guy that was chasing the pigeon like 20 years ago in the famous cartoons on Cartoon Network back in the day. Stop the pigeon. You can call me Dastardly, it's fine. I don't want maybe some kids are listening.
For sure.
So Crappy is a combination of things, I would say, because the short answer is a meme token with a game, but the truth is a story. Crappy, it's a story because it's a mix of loyalty, a mix of betrayal, a mix of a vision that wants to have a voice as part of a bigger vision. In a nutshell, what we've done is through, because this is the CTO. Crappy initially was live like since April or March, the first version, and that old team, let's say, they fuck it up two times. The CTO, the current CTO team were early believers in the movement of the bird, plus the bird itself, by design, is meant to shit right on the bad actors in the space. And we were hooked on the narrative, but then we went through 2 hooks of fails from the older team. Then the project was kind of dead, and we decided few people to just not leave it die, even if it was a hassle, even if it was expensive, if it was a challenge, and no one believed it. But there we are, making Crappy something that we want to be a voice for a higher cause, and I will get into that a bit later. But it's a meme token on base, especially designed on base with a narrative, which also it's a utility meme token, which also we have created. I can say easily the only full game on base with 5 different smart contracts. That for us is a piece of art, technically, but we'll get into the game part as well. But yeah, this Crappy is many things, not just a meme.
Yeah, no, I think that's what makes your guys' projects unique, because you're, you have different elements. You have the meme aspect, which is funny, but you also have the actual game, and that's, like I said in my intro, the opportunity is ripe for a base project to become that leader in the gaming sector. Gaming is kind of being slept on. Not as many projects building because of the barrier to enter, and because base is so new. I mean, there needs to be one. And so, I think the project, whether it's you or someone else that is able to capture retail attention, is going to do very, very well. I need to talk to you guys about, just how fast you guys have come. And it's pretty impressive because so you said it's a CTO. When did you guys originally launch, or when did it actually launch?
So the CTO by itself, the process began like in, I think, somewhere around July, August, and we had some difficult moments on being sure we OTC the former guys, being sure we make this properly, being sure we put the liquidity that is needed. And then the entire narrative is we either do a game, which we self-fund, and I guess the total costs until now are pretty expensive. So that the movement started in July, August. Then it was a lot of development, a lot of testing of the game, and plus this regaining of the trust of the community, right? Because it was like a dead project, and we had to spin it differently and to be sure we present ourselves as we are, different than the initial team, fully transparent, fully community driven. And the launch itself, of the relaunch, I would say, of the token, almost 3 weeks now, because there were many processes in which the community sent back their tokens, only the loyal members remain. We decided alongside the community how to redistribute those tokens in a 1 month, so 30 days vesting, daily vesting. They decided what would be the period. They agreed with everything that we've done and are doing. Everything, even in our pin post on Telegram, we left it on purpose so people can see that this was community driven. So yeah, sorry for the longer answer, but 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, no, and I think that's really interesting that you guys came together and have started creating something where everyone feels, really proud of. Want to turn your attention to the chart. And I think it's pretty important to just kind of see, like, from an outside perspective, what investors tend to do is typically look at the chart. That's just part of how crypto works. And I think you guys have a very solid looking chart. I do technical analysis as well. So let's, I know there's a little dump today, but that's not a big deal because you got to zoom out. The trend is your friend until the end. Always remember that. So what is impressive to me is, let's see. For those that are always curious about knowing what's going on, this is really nice. You have this giant candle, which basically is where your starting liquidity is, holding the floor, and you just instantly had a beautiful run up to over 2.5 million with very little fanfare. Let me ask you, how does it feel and what to be able to launch something very successfully, because it wasn't botted? It shows it was a solid launch. So talk to me, or not you specifically, but how does it feel to be a part of a project that looks this strong? Is the community really impressed by what's going on? What are the vibes like, I guess, right now in the community chat?
I feel let's say being humble when I need to answer this, because it was a full surprise that when you promise something from our end, we execute it, but then we see how the community promised something as well, meaning we will not sell, even, right? Because they had all the rights in a way to sell. And seeing how there was no selling pressure after the launch, even daily when we, again, are distributing the airdrop that the former community members, holders had. It's a great feeling. And I think the number one factor, I would say, was always transparency, because it was challenging, right? This is the third launch, right, for this project. Even when you say that, it sounds like impossible to actually happen. So we tried to synchronize it with the market as best as possible. We tried to synchronize it with the game readiness. We tried to synchronize it with an early airdrop for more community gathering. Everything was like a symphony, and then to see how the community just stood by us and was more than helpful, and more importantly, they did not put any self pressure for us and for me. That was a very nice feeling to to live.
Absolutely. And I think obviously a project is nothing without its community, without the support, without the loyal holders. Your project's nothing. I tell projects all the time, if your project doesn't have a strong community and strong band of supporters, your project's not going anywhere. So obviously, looking at your chart, looking at the engagement, it shows that you have followers who are just ready to see this go through and are excited as much as you. What has been, talk to us, what is it like leading Crappy Bird on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, that's interesting because each day is different because it's part of a different journey, right? You would imagine that journeys should take 1 week or 1 month, but here is like each day it's a different story because each day you have to deliver something else. Each day you have to hustle, to grind, but also be active. Each day you have to be sure that if you have this game that is meant to be a game changer in a way, is always running. Even small things like all the smart contracts to have gas fees. So each day it's a challenge. Each day we're learning something new. Each day we see new community members that tell us different things or even propose different campaigns. And we are in this gamified and gamblified mind already, right? So we like to give stuff away. We like to incentivize engagement. This is our DNA as let's say, founders of this CTO.
Yeah, I mean, and so talk to me about the CTO itself. Obviously, you're a part of it. Do you have a lot of other like core team members that are helping you with the key decisions, or is it mostly your decision making that's leading the way? Talk to us about the rest of the team.
Yeah, I have a very kick-ass team actually that is very amazing how we complete each other in different forms. On the marketing side, on the social media side, on the BD side, on the tokenomics side, on the gaming side. So there are so many things happening at once, and each one of us is very good at what they are doing and what backgrounds we had and have actually. The decision is most of the time common. It doesn't feel like only one guy decides, but when, let's say, shit hits the fan, I have to take responsibility for that because I was the one that was stubborn enough to revive the bird from the grave. So
yeah,
I need to step up when needed. But it's a nice collective effort. We are organizing ourselves better and better with multiple tasks incoming. So it's very nice.
And so talk to me before we get into the game aspect, because I want viewers to see the game in action, because I think it's very important. As the lead CTO, Dev, a lot of things we like to talk about on the show is not just about the project, but also the people behind it and, the journey as an entrepreneur, because obviously you are an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. You're a builder. You obviously have seen what you want to do, and that's take an unconventional path. Has there been, talk to us about maybe some sort of like moments in the project that, a difficulty that you have faced that you might not have ever anticipated? Talk to us, like what has been some of the difficult moments in your journey as the lead of this CTO?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question because it triggers a lot of even short memories, but they are still alive, right? I think it's the pressure that someone that is from the outside, from community members that were pissed, but not on us, on the other team, or people that try to steer us in the other direction, like go to Solana and you will just pump it, or do this or do that. Pressure, and trying to satisfy everyone. I think that's always a challenge. But that being said, we always knew what we are aiming for, and if we wanted to do the 20-30 million ride and make some money, that would have been already done. But we are stubborn enough to understand what our role can be in base, because we literally want to become that entity that defends base, that has something to say, that will always be the voice when people attack base, right? So this is our DNA, to shit on bad actors. If it's Solana, if it's someone else, but it's anti-base, the bird is here, Crappy is here to be that voice. And that's the role we want to take in the entire base community, right? So not just a meme with some nice visuals and design, but someone that can stand up, someone that can be involved in the trenches, and also bring, let's say, to awareness, and I would say also adoption. And the game is I would say the game initially, but then the games, hint, will be the ones that should stabilize our legacy in base.
Yeah, no, and I think that's great. I think you have the right mindset. Building on base is not, the journey isn't easy because it's so new, but that's why the opportunity is there. And I know people who are short-sighted probably think, hey, listen, go on Solana, pump the bags. They're not thinking long-term. You can't blame them, but it's hard, to always feel that pressure. So kudos to you to kind of understand that that's not the right move. What you guys are doing is the right move, and I love to see that. Dastardly, let's turn to the game. I want people to see this. I'm excited to show it because I think it's pretty cool. So as you guys can see, this is the Crappy Bird game built on base. Obviously, you can buy Crappy, you can play. Let's play. What do you say?
Let's play. You can show the website a bit if we are here, because we
yeah, you know what? Let's show the website. What should I highlight? Obviously, you have
just scroll, because it's a funny propaganda story. And what's
contract Addy? Imagine you had a chance to make it by holding retarded pigeon coins. Imagine telling your boss you're quitting because you just hit 100x playing a Crappy Bird game. Imagine being part of birds of a feather that flock together for the better or worse. Imagine being so. Now stop imagining, start killing. I like that. You got your roadmap. I love it. Oh, this is like so fun. This is like reminds me of like Mario. It's like we're
I guess phase one, it's flight free actually. It was supposed to be flight one, but again they had two relaunches because of one before of us, and we decided to start with flight free actually as the first step. But I would say that's achieved. Only CoinMarketCap needs to respond, but we are now at the second round of.
Are you guys on CoinGecko right now? Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Everyone needs to just respond to the updates that we requested.
Yeah, I like it. And you have good 80% liquidity. That's good ratio. You got your links. It's funny. This is actually hilarious. I love the thing. Hit me. It says pigeon hater, animal abuser, retarded bully. It's hilarious. Disabled bird harasser. It's actually hilarious. Very well done. Very nice website. This is the type of stuff that people want to see. This little thing is really not little.
Do you see here where basically this is the narrative? We will shit on bad actors. This is just an example. Next week we will put more bad actors.
Is that Gary Gensler?
Yes.
That's so funny. You're basically shitting on Gary Gensler. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, he deserves it. His time is pretty much done. So.
Yes.
All right, so let's play. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's play.
All right, so now we're at the playing site. Crappy Bird, we're playing.
You can press again, play.
Pressing it. All right, place my bets. Let's play 10. Do I have bet?
So here, how it works, when the bird will start flying, would be it'd be great if you can link the music because the background sounds are pretty funny. But the way the game will work, of course, you have to connect your wallet because the game itself again has 5 different smart contracts. This is a Pigeon game, so it's similar with if you're familiar with Crush or Aviator games. Right? It's similar, but everything is transparent. All of the results of the rounds are on chain. Nothing can be tampered with. Everything is bulletproof. The way it works is that before each round, and if you can see, we already have 12,000 rounds played in the bottom left. This game is running non-stop. Even if people don't play, it will be always on chain for transparency, even if we have to cover the costs. But the way it goes is that you have to connect your wallet. You have to say how high the bird you think will fly until 100x actually. And if it goes, let's say you put 10x. If it goes 10.1, you basically won 10x. If it goes 9.9, you lost your tokens and you need to bet again.
Interesting. So you're betting in crappy, right?
Only way crappy on the. This is interesting. I will shut up for a moment. Pepe is launching it because it's 6,000. Okay, this is a big one.
Going to the moon?
I said 10x, I would have won, okay? Okay, we didn't script this, so this is actually going better than I expected.
Oh, wow. Damn, look at him go.
No, this is, you see the history of the rounds on the right, and everyone can actually check after this round 12,228. What?
So basically, you didn't expect it to be this.
No, it's like the chances of being. Fuck, wait, now I'm mesmerized.
Wow, look at that! You come on late night on base.
This is the best stream I could have hoped for.
There you go, 52x payouts.
And he shits himself, and there you go. So if you had put 50x on your money, you'd have instantly in your wallet 50x.
I love it. I think that is so cool. I think we should end it right there. Well, at least the gaming aspect on a high note.
Yes, I want to talk briefly about why the game is important for the ecosystem and for even the community. So the game is designed in a smart way. It's a sustainable aspect of everything that we build. That's why it took us longer to build it. The game is designed so even if you lose as a community member or multiple community members, because you can play, 1,000 people can play in the same time. So there's no limits on how many people can play at once. And already we had 2,000 bets. So that's our traction. So 2,000 bets already. But the beauty is that even if you lose, that goes to the game liquidity pool, which by design is meant to burn some of that supply and use other of that supply for community-driven events, because the game itself has a leaderboard, has a ranking system, has a shop with skins, and also has a soft currency. So the game is designed to sustain and reward even by losing the community itself.
Very cool. Very cool. I love that the fact that we made history. I love the fact that also this game actually has a significant, meaningful value to it. Before we end things, Dick Dastardly, I want you to tell the community, we love to give alpha. We love to give the ability for community members and those on the sidelines the opportunity to know kind of what's they can look forward to. So talk to us, Dastardly. What can the Crappy Bird community look forward to? Any alpha? What's on the roadmap in the coming days and weeks that is getting you excited?
So okay, I can share some alpha. So
let's go, alpha, baby.
Alpha time. So we, for those who knows, but those who are new, welcome to the crib. We have some, I would say, more than tier 1 OGs from base and from crypto space in general. For those that will look on our Twitter, they will see almost 2 weeks ago a short video with the guys from Crypto Panther with Run itself putting Crappy on the radar. Rumors has it that this Sunday they will play the game for some time. So that's the one alpha I can say. The other things is that we want now to create deep relationships with all the OGs from base to basically try to send a message that we are capable technically because of our background to build any casual game like this up to even AAAs. This is what we can build as a collective group. And we want to put this on base because it's lacking, something like this. Crappy Bird for us is the beginning of a legacy that is part of a bigger arcade game with meme tokens. Because Crappy Bird, again, is the retarded cousin of Pepe, but Crappy Bird has also retarded cousins in the game. So that's for us the hint moving forward that more things are about to come.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we would like this. We made this with true honesty to be a blue chip in base, to be a mover of different mindsets, and is the low-hanging fruit of adoption. And we would like to be on the table with the people that will like what we're doing and push this where it meant to be, because we worked like crazy and invested. We only invested, and we're happy to do so, but we would like this to be shown some love.
For sure. No, and I think the fact that you're taking the time to go showcase your work on, like you're doing this podcast, it speaks volumes. You're doing spaces, you speak on podcasts. I think that's the type of focus and determination that all holders will want to know when the new 1 billion users come on chain. They're going to look at who's been grinding, who's been putting themselves out there, who's been making sure that the community knows what's going on. And that starts with media coverage. That starts with getting the word out there. So Dastardly, I appreciate you. Is there any last words that you have for your community?
So thank you for having me. First of all, it was a real pleasure, and I think this is the first time we are showcasing publicly after the launch. So a real pleasure. Plus, with this 52x, you made my day.
Yes.
To the community, you birds, we know we love you, and we were transparent from the very start, and we remain like that. And your support was the deciding factor that we are now here to spread the voice. To the new birds, welcome to the crib. You will find a place with open-minded people, crazy people, retarded people, stand-up people, but also trustworthy people.
Amazing. Dastardly, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
As wise. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Everyone, if you're listening to this on Spotify, please head over to YouTube. On YouTube, we will have the Crappy Birds information so you can find out more. You'll find out where the game's on, the website, and of course, the X link. You will also find Late Night on Base's X account information. If you haven't done so already, please just hit the like button, hit subscribe. It's free and allows us to produce more banger content on the regular. And with that,